Thanks for staying with us. Let's go to this conversation now. The Electoral Commission has warned of some malicious disinformation, as it describes it, that it says is doing the rounds on social media, and it's warning that, this particular piece of disinformation suggests that the IEC interfered somewhat in the work of the ANC's national conference. And of course, quite a lot has been said about contestation in this conference. So what does this kind of disinformation do then to the work of this institution? Let's speak then to IEC Vice Chair, Ms. Janet Love. Thank you so much for your time, Ms. Love, this afternoon. Let's just start with how the IEC got to know about this particular piece of information and these conversations that are doing the rounds.
Thanks very much. Well, a screen grab was sent to one of the members of the executive team at the IEC, and the screen grab purported to, or it mimicked an exchange via Twitter between a user and somebody who purported to be our CEO, suggesting somehow an involvement of the institution in the activities, as you've mentioned, in terms of the ANC's conference. And our concern obviously was, first of all, to see whose account this was and so on. And from what we can ascertain, having also gone to some of the tech people and to Twitter, it's a bot, a fake generated account from which the screen grabs emanate, and that unfortunately was then retweeted by a user. And our concern clearly was that it's malicious. It's an attempt to undermine one of the important independent institutions, because we have nothing to do with the affairs of individual political parties and their conferences. So I think that's why we thought it's important for us to immediately respond to this, and as well as to report it to Twitter, who have indicated that they will continue to do a tech follow-up. But I think what we're warning South Africans, as we have done, I think you'll know, over the past 3 national election events, but particularly over the last 2, we've set up a partnership with the National Editors Forum and particular Media Monitoring Africa to ensure that disinformation is properly recognized by our population, because it's something that can interfere with political life and elections as a whole.
And also worryingly, I mean, when one reads your statement, is the fact that, the Electoral Commission has been contending with some incidents of a certain number, which, ends with 9791. And this is an individual that is purporting to be the Chief Electoral Officer, as Mr. Sai Mamabolo. Have you been able to establish who's behind this particular number? Is it recurred at all?
Well, again, so that's what happened was a person who obtained a number was using a photograph which had been lifted of our CEO, and was then using that to generate WhatsApps and sending it with the icon having the photograph of the CEO. It's not a number that the CEO has ever owned. He at first thought that it might be that his SIM card had actually been hacked, but then when he reported it to the cell phone company, they indicated that it's not his SIM card that is being used, but it's another SIM card with incorrect information. He is still in the process of ensuring that they follow this up, and to ask exactly the question that you're asking: how is it possible that they are possibly not able to give him as much information as they should for somebody fraudulently misrepresenting him and trying to to pretend to be him because of the RICA requirements. So we're in the process, and the CEO is in the process of following it up. But it's something that is worrying, and we have seen an increase of this, not just within our country, but I think internationally, where electoral management bodies become more of the target. And that is very worrying. And so, again, we just are very appreciative that, in particular, the media has been very responsive and able to help us to convey to the South African public the seriousness of these things, because disinformation is something that really is a poison.
Definitely is, and it puts even your staff at, in a very difficult point, because they may be targeted, even as they continue to conduct their work. Let's see then what you're able to uncover through all of these investigations, and hopefully you do get to the bottom of what happened here. Thank you so much, Ms. Love, for your time. That was the IEC Vice Chair, Janet Love, talking about a very worrying, situation that is unfolding there. They released a statement earlier on about these, claims, false claims that they say of the fact that they were then involved in the ANC's election, and they say that they've got nothing to do with the individual political party elections, and this is a situation that really is worrying. Let's see then what investigations uncover with this one.